Well, this one was unexpected. The Very Hungry Caterpillar is a British animated TV special based on the children's book of the same name. The special was produced as an anthology, which included other animated specials, like The Very Quiet Cricket, The Mix-Up Chameleon, among others. And in 1995, the special was distributed to the United States by Disney, with narration redubbed by Brian Cummings and Linda Gary. So without further ado, let's check it out. So the special begins on an early Sunday morning, where we see the caterpillar hatching from its egg.
The warm sun came up and pop. Out of the egg came a tiny and very hungry caterpillar.
Yeah, I would too if I popped out of an egg. Anyways, the caterpillar begins to look for something to eat and finds an apple.
On Monday, he ate through one apple, but he was still hungry.
Wow, you greedy bastard, that apple was enough to keep the doctor away. The next day, he finds 2 pears.
On Tuesday, he ate through 2 pears, but he was still hungry.
Well, no shit, he doesn't even eat the whole thing. The following day, he finds a trio of plums.
On Wednesday, he ate through 3 plums, but he was still hungry.
Again, he doesn't eat the whole fucking thing. And the day after that, he eats some strawberries.
On Thursday, he ate through 4 strawberries, but he was still hungry.
You selfish asshole, those were my strawberries.
What an asshole!
Then on Friday, he eats oranges.
On Friday, he ate through 5 oranges, but he was still hungry.
You fucking prick, I just bought those oranges. And believe it or not, the next day, he eats a lot of shit.
On Saturday, he ate through 1 piece of chocolate cake, 1 ice cream cone, 1 pickle, 1 slice of Swiss cheese, 1 slice of salami, 1 lollipop, 1 piece of cherry pie, 1 sausage, 1 cupcake, and 1 slice of watermelon.
Damn, this caterpillar can eat. Damn! Damn!
That night, he had a stomachache.
Yeah, good luck finding some Pepto-Bismol in the wild.
The next morning
Was Sunday again. The caterpillar ate through 1 nice green leaf, and after that, he felt much better. Now, he wasn't hungry anymore,
Good, he should stick to greens.
and he wasn't a little caterpillar anymore. He was a big, fat caterpillar.
Yeah, he's so chunky. Furthermore, he starts spinning a cocoon around himself.
He built a small house called a cocoon around himself. He stayed inside for more than 2 weeks.
Oh please, that's nothing compared to quarantine.
Then he nibbled a hole in the cocoon, pushed his way out, and he was a beautiful butterfly.
Yay, now start pollinating, you beautiful bastard. And that was The Very Hungry Caterpillar. The special was a critical success among parents and children. And literally that's all the reviews I can find. Given how much shit talking I've been doing, you'd think I hate this special, but no, I actually like it. It's a very faithful adaptation of the book, along with the illustration. So yeah, go check this one out. Show it to the kids. So I give it 5 out of 5 chunky caterpillars. Well, it's time to do another one of these videos. The Very Quiet Cricket is an animated short that was featured in the Very Hungry Caterpillar and Other Stories TV special, based on the children's book of the same name by Carle. And basically it's made by the same people who made the previous short I reviewed, The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Now that we got that out of the way, let's check out the short. So the short begins with a sunrise, and we see an egg that's about to hatch, and a tiny cricket is born. He meets a big cricket who chirps his welcome.
The little cricket wanted to answer, so he rubbed his wings together, but nothing happened. Not a sound.
Wow, so that cricket just leaves without giving him any advice?
What an asshole!
Anyways, the quiet cricket then meets some locusts, who also welcome him.
The little cricket wanted to answer, so he rubbed his wings together, but nothing happened. Not a sound.
Well, that sucks.
He then meets another insect, the deadly mantis.
The little cricket wanted to answer, so he rubbed his wings together. But nothing happened. Not a sound.
Yeah, if he did, this is what he will say. Luckily, the cricket escapes and hops his way to an apple tree, where an apple falls and we see a worm popping out.
Good day.
Crunched a worm, munching its way out of an apple. The little cricket wanted to answer, so he rubbed his wings together. But nothing happened. Not a sound.
So the worm goes back into its apple and the cricket hops away. He hops and hops until he meets a spittle bug.
Hi, bubbled a spittle bug, slurping in a sea of froth.
What? What the fuck?
Again he tries to make a sound, but nothing happens. So he hops away when he meets a cicada.
Good afternoon.
Screeched a cicada.
Again the little cricket tries to make a sound, but nothing happens. But in this case I don't blame him, cicadas are pretty loud. So the little cricket hops away when he meets a bumblebee.
How are you? Hummed a bumblebee, flying from flower to flower.
Well, how do you think he fucking feels?
What an asshole!
But in all seriousness, he tries to answer, but with no luck. And then he meets a dragonfly.
Good evening, whirred a dragonfly, gliding above the water. The little cricket wanted to answer, so he rubbed his wings together. But nothing happened. Not a sound.
Alright, I get it!
And he nearly becomes frog food. The cricket then meets a swarm of mosquitoes.
Good night, buzzed the mosquitoes, dancing among the stars. The little cricket wanted to answer, so he rubbed his wings together. But nothing happened. Not a sound.
Yeah, I wouldn't answer if I were you. Mosquitoes are fucking assholes. Then he sees a lunar moth flying in the sky. However, unlike his previous encounters, he doesn't answer back, and instead he just sits there enjoying the show. Until he bumps into another cricket, a female, who is also quiet. He then rubs his wings together,
And this time, he chirped the most beautiful sound that she had ever heard.
Son of a bitch did it.
I guess this is the cricket version of sliding them DMs. And that was the Very Quiet Cricket. Like the previous short, The Very Hungry Caterpillar, The Very Quiet Cricket was critically acclaimed by both parents and children. And just like The Very Hungry Caterpillar, I also enjoyed this one. This short is a very faithful adaptation of Eric Carle's book. I especially like how the animation brings Eric Carle's art style to life. So go check this one out. I give it 5 out of 5 crickets. Welcome. For today's video, we're going back to the world of Eric Carle with The Mix-Up Chameleon. The Mix-Up Chameleon is a British animated TV special based on the children's book of the same name by the late great Eric Carle. It was featured in the anthology special The World of Eric Carle and in the Very Hungry Caterpillar and Other Stories presented by the Illuminated Film Company, which includes the other shorts I've reviewed like The Very Hungry Caterpillar and The Very Quiet Cricket. Now with that out of the way, let's check out The Mixed Up Chameleon. The short begins with our protagonist, the chameleon, on a tree, camouflaged on a leaf, until he climbs down the tree and changes color to resemble the tree. And he continues to change color as he moves from one location to the other.
When it was cold and hungry, it turned grey and dull.
Luckily for him, he catches a fly.
When it was warm and had something to eat, it turned sparkling green. That was its life. It was not very exciting.
That's life. Anyways, He goes to a zoo and is amazed by the animals there. Then the chameleon sees a polar bear and he wishes he was as big and white as the polar bear, and his wish comes true.
What? What the fuck?
And surprisingly, the chameleon still isn't happy, and he starts to wish that he was like every other animal he sees, like a flamingo, a fox, a fish, a deer, a giraffe, a turtle, an elephant, a seal, a human.
Enough, I get the point.
The chameleon eventually gains the attribute of each animal, and now it looks like a Charlie Chaplin chimera monster.
Ugh, it's hideous.
Then a fly flies by, and the chameleon is very hungry.
No shit, Sherlock.
He tries to catch the fly. Unfortunately, he can't because he is too mixed up being all these different types of animals.
I wish I could be myself.
And like that, he's turned back into a chameleon, and we get a nice rainbow out of it.
But wait, there's more.
I See a Song is another British animated TV special based on the book of the same name, again by late great Eric Carle, and was also featured alongside the other ones I reviewed earlier, yada yada yada. Now let's get to the special. Now what makes this short special is that this and the book it's based on are both wordless, and they use visual images to tell its story with music. So it begins with narration stating the musician's technique.
My music talks, my colours dance. Come, listen, and let your imagination see your own song.
And we get a visually stimulating sequence of shapes and colors as music plays.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Obviously, I can't show the whole thing because of YouTube, so I'll leave a link in the description below. And that's about it. And that was The Mix-Up Chameleon and I See a Song. Both specials received critical praise from both parents and children alike. And of course, I enjoyed both of them, for the same reason as the other two shorts, and also sending a good message to children. The animation is top-notch as usual, and it's still faithful to the art style of Eric Carle. The music for I See a Song is also pretty well done, and the visuals are amazing, especially with I See a Song, as both the visuals and music go perfectly with each other, especially on how in sync they are. So yeah, long story short, go check these two out. I give a Mix-Up Chameleon 5 out of 5 chameleons, and I See a Song 5 out of 5 violins. Time for one last adventure into the world of Eric Carle. Papa, Please Get the Moon for Me is a British animated TV special based on the children's book of the same name by the late great Eric Carle. It was featured in the anthology special The World of Eric Carle and in the Very Hungry Caterpillar and Other Stories by the Illuminated Film Company, which includes the other shorts I reviewed. Just like the other shorts, it was directed by Andrew Goff and produced by Ian Harvey, with the classical music influenced soundtrack written by Wallace and Gromit composer Julian Knott. And this time this short is narrated by Juliet Stevenson instead of Roger McGough like in the other shorts. Now with that out of the way, let's get into it. The short begins on a starry night and we see a little red house. Here we meet Monica, a young girl who dreams of playing with the moon. However, she cannot reach it.
But no matter how much she stretched, she could not touch the moon.
Have you tried contacting NASA? Monica then asks her father to bring it to her, or in other words,
we are going to steal the moon!
So he gets a long-ass ladder and carries it to Mount Everest. He places the ladder on top of the mountain, and he climbs up, and he finally reaches the moon. But there's one problem.
My daughter Monica would like to play with you. But you're much too big.
Well, we're bones.
Here's a solution, just call Superman, he'll move that shit. Then the moon tells Monica's dad that it can shrink, and that he can take it at the right size. So then the moon gets smaller and smaller, becoming a waning crescent, and Monica's father takes it. When he finally reaches the bottom, he gives Monica the moon.
Monica jumped and danced with the moon.
However, the moon keeps shrinking and shrinking, and it disappears. Monica goes home, disappointed, and sleeps. She then sees the moon gradually reappear in the sky. Each night, it grows from a waxing crescent to a full moon. And that was Papa, Please Get the Moon for Me. Just like with the other shorts, this was critically praised by both parents and children alike. And just like the other ones, I liked it very well. The animation's good as always, the music is great, and the visuals as well. Or in other words,
nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Go watch it. I give it 5 out of 5 moons. And that was the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos just like this. Stay safe out there. Goodbye.
Thank you.